Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. I'm Deanna. I'm in the kitchen making a good old mess, and I started thinking about, on this exceptionally hot day, I started thinking about these guys. Remember these buddies? I was dyeing them the other day, the pot holder loops, right? And they look like this. You get them either cotton or nylon, and they are from Pepperell Crafts. There's other brands that make them now. These are the older ones. Blended synthetic. You know what that means. It's going to be a little bit harder to dye these. I did another video dyeing some of them just in the pan, business as usual, and it worked out great. And I thought, you know, let's do some more, because I just found 2 more bags of these in my shameful, hoarder's heaven. So I thought, let me put some more in here for a Halloween project. So I'm getting a bowl going here with some Synthropol, and I'm thinking it is way too hot to do stuff on the stove today. I've got these giant, I can't even hold them with my hand, right? These giant mason jars. So I'm gonna put half of them in here, half of them in here with a different color, and I'm gonna put them in the sun to set, right? Because chemical dyes need heat to set. So watch what's happening here if you're brand new to this. Okay, and I've got my Synthropol right here, so I just do like literally a drop, right? Because less is definitely more, or less is at least enough. And then I'm going to get going with the faucet thing here, and I'm going to fill them up in the pool with a little bit of Synthropol, make them a bit wet. I might put some more in. Yeah, why not do a little more? We'll put a little more in. I've got my bag of more out, and we do a little shake, 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 senora. There we go. There we go. And now I'm gonna, ooh, those are some nice colors. Maybe I need to rethink this. No, they'll be good over dyed too, won't they? So I've got, sorry, the dishwasher's going behind me. I've got about a pound of these guys. I couldn't stop. But I figure, I mean, these are like Magnum-sized empty mason jars. I mean, I wish they were Magnum-sized champagne bottles, right? I was just thinking that sentence was maybe not a good start. But, you know, it is what it is. This is air, and I'm going to put cotton loops in. It's not champagne, but it's going to be a lot of fun for us to play with. And lots of different colors here. I still have about half the bag, half of one bag, so I still have about 8 ounces if I want to have some of the, natural shapes. Well, they're different shapes and colors. You know, these are some pretty colors. That's why I'm distracted. But they'll be even prettier when they're married together with one color of dye. And these giant bottles can handle that. So I'll choose 2 good colors, and we'll see how this goes, putting these into the mason jar and setting them up. I'm going to do a little bit of boiling water, just a little bit, because why not get things started? It's too hot, right? So I don't want to be on the stove bringing the average temperature of the house up 20 degrees so that we all expire. So I'm going to do most of the work, let the jars do the heavy lifting in the sun, but I'll put like a little bit of boiling water in there just to get the party started. You know, there's something wrong with me, but I'm going to do another shake, senora over here, because I'm just realizing I want to do some more colors. So let's do 3 really bright colors, because in the last video we did like the Dharma pumpkin, and what else did we do? We did like a terracotta and a pumpkin, and then we did a mix between the two. Oh no, it was like a plum and a orangey pumpkin. Let's do some real brights and see how that goes. Okay, and top tip, keep your bags of loopers, right? Because you're going to need to sort this out when you divide it color-wise. So might as well keep all your plastic bags. Okay, I've got 3 jars going. So I put just a little bit of boiling water into all of them to activate stuff. Now I'm going to put a little bit of 3 colors in there. I've got fluorescent safety orange. These are all Dharma. These are all brights. Fluorescent lemon and lime pop. So let's see how this goes. Now I've got my 3 jars, right? The lime pop, the fluorescent orange, and the lemon fluorescent yellow. Do these look the same? Yeah. Is this reminding you of paint and Easter eggs? Yes, probably. So how much did she put into each one? It's not going to really work like that, right? We're dyeing pot holders. So these are like recipes, not really recipes. Just make sure they're strong, the color's strong. If the color's not strong enough, you can always add color, right? If the color's too strong, you can pour your loops into a vat of Synthropol, and weirdly, it takes some of the color back out. But right now, they are over here soaking in the Synthropol, for probably 15, 20 minutes. Doesn't really have to be that long. I feel like it activates the color, its reception to taking new color. Jet dry, the product Jet Dry for the washing machine, that works too. It's ironic because the washing machine is making noise behind me. But yeah, this is all going to go into the mason jars like right now. So I'm going to put a little more hot water on top. This was the perfect amount of loopers, as you can see. I filled the 3 jars. Now, I put about 3 ounces of color into each pot using my little scoops. But, you know, again, recipes instead of recipes, just put quite a bit so you feel, if you want a really strong color, put like several scoops. If you're using a spoon, do like, you know, start with a heaping scoop, and then you can always amp up to 2 scoops. You can already see it's doing stuff with color just because it's hot water. Now this, I'm going to leave this in the sun all day. I'm waiting for the kettle to do its thing because I want to put a little more on top. I want to kind of fill them up. And when I do, I'm going to put 1 more scoop of the respective color. Lime Pop, these are all Dharma colors. Lime Pop, fluorescent orange, and fluorescent lemon. Yeah, fluorescent lemon. No yellow, just lemon. On top, so that there's color coming from the top and there's color coming from the bottom. So I'm just waiting for that kettle, metaphor for my life, waiting for that kettle to make its song. And I'm also going to sprinkle some citric acid. That's probably too much. Sorry, doing it one-handed and not even getting you in the scene on top. That was a lot of citric acid, but still, citric acid also helps the color to set. So you can see I have the water right up to the levels now. And I've got my scooper thing out, and I'm putting in about another, at least another, what is this, quarter. I'll probably put a couple quarters. I'm going to work that a little bit more, but you can do stuff like this, hang on, and I hate wasting. I hate wasting, it's a disease. And then you can give it some of this, you know. I want all the loopers submerged, right? So I want the water right up to the level. Want some extra color on top. You see what the lime is already wanting to do? This is going to be excellent. I have a feeling I'm going to be happy. The Synthropol went in first to the bucket, right, while they were soaking to get the thing activated. The loops went in here. I put a little bit of hot water, just a little bit, right? No measuring cups, not that kind of a project. And then I put my loopers in, and I put some citric acid, and then I filled it with more hot water. So that's where we're at. I'm going to top up the colors on the tops of these 2. Feeling like a little bit of pasta with some marinated peppers. Oh man, it looks so delicious. It's making me hungry. But you know, seriously, with the news as it is, and people dying all over the world because of this incredible heat wave, you know, we might as well do something positive with the incredible heat and the amount of sunlight we're getting this summer. This is summer of 2024. And so I've got my lime green, green pop. And that one I might have done too dark. That's the fluorescent safety orange. And this is the lemon yellow. So all in, all 3 of these respectively have about 3+ ounces of powder, which is a lot. But let's see how it goes. You know, the Pepperell Loopers bag says that these are cotton synthetic mix. That means that they can't be dyed with the same, you know, with the same kinds of dyes. Synthetic is different than natural fibers, right? So, you know, I feel like it takes a little extra oomph to get it going, but I think it is going, and I think we can look forward to, I'm going to leave it here till tomorrow, then I'll see how it goes. I'm going to be looking to see that when I tip it, you know, the water is a little bit clear, which it isn't at all because I did this 5 minutes ago. So here we are, looking very Italian. I'm hoping it also looks fallish, you know, because this middle one's supposed to be orange. If it turns out that it looks too much like a pasta dish and not enough like a spooky Halloween supplies list, right, then I might just take 1 or 2 of them and overdye them again with a brown or a dull purple or something like that to get the Halloween vibe going. But let's see how it goes. All of the loops being, you know, individual colors, right? When I started, it'll be interesting to see how they overdye. Again, if you're new to this, this is called marrying color. We're doing this with mason jar dyeing. It's just in a mason jar. And chemical dyes need heat to set. Usually it's the oven or the stovetop or the microwave. But in these days, it can be the sun. I can absolutely leave them here. You see this one is schmoodling away. And yeah, it's definitely going to set the color. So I'll be looking for that water to run a little bit more clear before I start opening these and saying, okay, we're done. So I will catch you back later with a progress update. Oh, righties. Well, it's been a while since I remembered our peppers out here. I've been doing this morning. I did over 50 colors, and it is so hot. I can't believe that I've made it this far. I'm sitting outside. This is crazy. Let's come back to our jars of pot holders. It's been a couple of weeks. I normally don't need to let them go that long, but I've just been too busy to mess around. We had a movie night the other night. These could reek, by the way, because they've been out here for so long. It's definitely been hot. That's for sure. This is the summer of 2024, man. It is hot. We had movie night the other night. I don't smell anything actually. And, people thought these were peppers. It was making everybody hungry. Oh, you're making an antipasto? No, I'm making potholder loops. One thing I can see by looking in here now, can you tell by looking with me, the color hasn't completely exhausted. And if it hasn't exhausted, after 2 weeks of incredible sun, then it ain't going to exhaust. But we are going to get what we get. Let's take them out. I'll get a white towel so we can look at these. Let's see, those are actually quite pretty. I see this was the lime green, the lime pop, right? And this one I think was, what was this? Tobacco leaf or something like that. Let's see. Whoa. Yeah, they don't reek at all. This is really yellow. No, this was lemon yellow. All right. See, still a lot of color in there. And it's tempting to keep leaving them, but at the end of the day, I think that this material is cotton, right? This isn't wool. I think it has, accepted and absorbed as much, as it will. I don't think it's going to do any more. I could leave it until kingdom come, and I don't know that it's going to do anything else. All right. And this is the burnt orange, is it burnt orange or fluorescent orange? Gosh, these are really pretty. Let me get a towel and let's look at these a little bit better. All right. So I just poured out, all the excess, and this is the green one. So this is the lime green. This is the yellow, and this is the orange. And I gotta say, the whole point was for the colors to be married together, right? Sorry, I'm not showing you a very good view here. Let's see if we can do something like this. Let's put them here. The principle of marrying color does work really well, doesn't it? I mean, these are the same colored loops, right? We're not getting those high pops of pink and purple. We're getting autumn colors for surezies, right? There's like no question about that. So this is what we were going for, right? To be able to take this kind of diversity of color, massive range, complete range of color, and to be able to say, okay, I only want them in autumn colors. Here comes the green. And there's still going to be a little bit in there, but for the most part, let's separate this. This was lime pop. That was the green. We'll separate this by section, right? So in the middle, I'll do the greens. Those are gorgeous. There's a few like really bright purples, and those are gorgeous. Let me do this, and the multis are gorgeous too. I'll show you a close-up in a second. Let me dump out this was the yellows. Let's dump out the yellows here. I've already spilled this all over my clothing, so we knew that was going to happen, right? The chance of that was like 100%. So why stop now? I'll take a shower in a minute anyway, like the second one of the morning, because it's that gross. Got the air conditioner hitting me directly inside the kitchen while I'm dying, and it doesn't make any change to how terribly hot it is right now. Okay, so there we go. There's orange, green, and let's get orange out here. I have to say, I was looking at them in the jar and thinking, no thanks, Satan, that didn't do too much. But it kind of did. I've got very few colors that I would regard as not autumny colors. So in terms of marrying these batches up, despite the fact that they were so different, the pot holders, right? They were so different. They have made a remarkable transformation. All right, let me hold the phone in a different way to show you what I mean. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, so let's look at this. Whew, lots of color. Okay, this is the yellows. Get out of the light here. The greens and the oranges. I think that's the fluorescent safety orange. Lime pop, and I think this was fluorescent lemon yellow. All Dharma colors. Right, and they really do. I think they do look great. I can see myself I can definitely see myself using these in conjunction with the other loops I've over dyed. I think the greens are my favorites. You see how even the color changing ones have really done backflips to transform. So we have got what's married about these three sets is that the base of the pot holders are all from the same two bags. It's the same pot holders. They're multis. And what we changed about it is we over dyed every color with the oranges, with the greens, with the yellows, right? And that's called marrying it because we have base colors underneath that are the same. If we mix all of these together for a hit or miss project or a background, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Alrighty, well that was fun. And hey, I will see you next time at Ribbon Candy Hooking.